Hi, I build worlds for a living, but I don't build them alone.
I'm Jeannie, the first reader and the partner who keeps the real world running.
I'm J.E. Sutton Jr. This is the Co-Authored Life.
A look at the stories we share and the life we're building together.
Hey,
Hey,
how you doing?
here. Let's keep it real.
It'll get better. It'll get better.
Oh, my ear.
Oh my goodness.
I've
Hopefully,
had an ear
yeah.
infection, so.
Hopefully that'll get better. So what do you want to talk about?
Well, the normal stuff, your book.
Our first segment is Pages in Process. Right?
Yes,
So we have a big book release coming up
we do.
Tuesday.
On Tuesday the 14th,
Tuesday,
April 14th.
April
You'll
14th.
be seeing this on the 15th, so we didn't plan this very good.
By the time you listen to this, the book will be out. Go and buy it.
Yeah.
But
And in celebration of that,
we have a special we're going to run on the website. We're running a special for the next 2 weeks. If you buy a copy of Cybernetic Resonance, either in hardback or paperback, on our website, jesuttonjr.com, you will get a copy of, you can get a copy of the Failsafe program paperback for half off, for 50% off. Just put both in your cart. It'll automatically calculate the discount for you, and I will sign both copies and we'll get them out to you. We're doing that.
you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. But we're doing that. We'd love for you to get started. If you haven't read the Failsafe program, or if you've read it in ebook, but you really need a trophy for your mantelpiece, this is the time for you. You can get it for half price.
Is that what people do? They get trophies?
Apparently, people who collect books, either paperback or hardback, will collect the hardbound book. In fact, one of our ARC readers just purchased the first signed copy of Cybernetic Resonance. She's already read the book, but she wants it on her mantelpiece. She wants a trophy.
We love you, Jessica.
We do love you, Jessica. You are my favorite reader. I got in trouble for that line, by the way, but you are my favorite reader.
What the heck am I? And
You
I
are
just cleaned that up for this.
so much more than a reader. Partner, editor, agent, life partner, person, eternal.
Guinea pig.
That sometimes happens as well.
Yeah.
So we do have that going on. So big book release, you'll see that all this week, and you'll probably get a promo of this before the 14th. So that's why it works. By the time you listen to this on the 15th, it will already be released. But it'll be a great time to buy the book.
So again, just to remind you, you buy Cybernetic Resonance paperback or hardback, and you'll get a paperback copy of the Failsafe program for 50% off. That's half.
Both
Half off.
Both signed.
Boo, boo, boo.
Both signed and sent directly to you. Order only offer that offer's only available through our website.
Right. jesuttonjr.com.
Right. So, and that offer starts today and goes through, I can't remember, but it's 2 weeks from now.
It'll be 2 weeks from release date, or 2 weeks from
2 weeks from release date.
From release date.
Yeah,
so,
but it starts today.
Because we're recording this earlier, you're not missing out on any time.
No. So
clarify that.
So let's see other news. We just signed an agreement to appear at a book festival in July.
Yep.
Here in Jacksonville.
Yep.
Don't have a lot of details on that yet, but we'll be there with at least, I think, 40 other authors in and around the Jacksonville area. They're not all from Jacksonville, but it's at one of the local community colleges.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. We'll have both books for sale then. More details on that will be coming up in the coming months, because we got plenty of time to talk about it. But I wanted to let you know right up front that we are going to do that. We are also looking at some other opportunities as well.
He just needs to do those things.
Yes, I do. Doesn't come easy to me, but I do need to do that. Other than that, we don't have any news about the third book that I'm writing. We will probably next week. We'll probably talk a little bit more about that, because we'll have released Cybernetic Resonance, and then it'll be time to talk about our next release, which is coming up later this year.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm excited for you for the book festival.
Yeah, it's we haven't done.
It's huge.
Yeah, we haven't done one of those. That could be huge. I'd love to meet a lot of people. So we'll be promoting that. They're supposed to send us a an advertising kit so we can push it out to social media so folks are in the area. So July, if you're planning a trip to Florida, July might be the time to do it. You can stop by
Yeah,
and see
because
us.
I mean, we learned so much at your book signing,
We did.
and that was, just,
I,
I mean, a cute little shop, but
yeah, wonderful shop, but we met maybe a dozen people, maybe 2 dozen people tops that were in the shop that came to stop to talk to us. But we got a lot of information from talking to those folks, learning, what
more about the biz.
yeah, more about the business, what resonates with them. Met some local authors, which was fun. And so all in all, a very good experience. We sold some books, but we made some contacts. Jeannie made some contacts maybe for some future projects. We talked to some folks who could help us promote the book and get out to the local community. So that's always fun. So we hope that the festival will be more of that. There's a couple of other opportunities we're talking about, but nothing definite yet. But we'll announce those when we get them.
Yeah.
That's where we're at with the book. You can pre-order today. Right now, you can pre-order. Of course, you can't hear this until the 14th, so I guess you can't, except for the promo we're going to film.
Yeah.
When you hear this, go buy the book.
Yeah. Brought to you by Jeannie's Harebrained Ideas, offering 50% off.
That was Jeannie's idea this morning. She said, "Oh, you should offer a discount for the Failsafe program on the website." She's absolutely right. We have plenty of inventory right now, and
Oh, that's one thing. This promo is only until supplies last.
right.
So
Right. We have plenty of supplies, though. We're almost certainly not going to run out. So go ahead and order, and we'll be happy to get that out to you. I think that's it for Pages in Process, unless you have any questions or
no,
think
I
of
don't.
anything. Our co-producer is trying to get a nest made over there. So if you hear any noise, that's her.
The rustling paper she's playing in her box.
Yep.
We could buy 8,000 toys, and all she wants is
It's the box
Amazon boxes
with tissue paper in it.
It's a good thing I buy a lot of things.
Yeah. That's true. All right, what's our next segment?
The Analog Book Club.
The Analog Book Club is next. That's right. We're going to talk about what we're reading. And we may have a couple of other topics, but it's all about reading. So, Jeannie, what are you reading right now?
Well, I just finished Pachinko in audiobook format. It's part of my historical fiction quest. It was really good. It was very long. March 6th is when I started that.
Wow.
Yeah. But I only listen to it when I drive my car.
Right.
And that's only 5 days a week, and there's been holidays, so
about a half hour each.
yeah, half hour each way.
Each way, so about an hour a day.
Yeah. So it was really good. It's about a family. It spans, I believe, 4 generations, and there's also a series on Apple TV, which now I'm going to watch because it was a really good story. It wasn't over emotional, but I wanted to know what was happening next to these people. There were a couple times in the car I was like, "Aw," but nothing that like made me cry, or not like the women, Kristen Hanna's
Oh, yeah.
audiobook that I listened to. I'm also reading the 7 oh, I don't even know the author's name. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and it's really good. It's really good so far. You read it, but you don't remember it.
I did read it, and when you started telling me part of the plot last night, I remembered the parts of the plot. I don't remember a lot about it, and I don't even remember why I picked it up. It's not my usual read.
Well, it was a New York bestseller.
Yeah, and there was a lot of buzz about it when it first came out, and I was like, "Oh, well, let me try this." I did what I always do, which is I went to I bought it electronically, so I was able to read a sample of it before I purchased it. And doing that, I'm like, "Oh, this is interesting. I want to know more." And then when I got to the end of the sample, I bought the book. I do that almost every book I buy.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to buy the book and then get part of the way through it, like, I don't want to finish this, and I've wasted that money.
Right.
But this way, I know I'm going to finish it because I'm really into the story. I do it now, even the books I know I'm going to read, books from authors that I always read. But
Right.
I just love doing that. But so yeah.
So Jerry and I did go up to Adel, Georgia to visit family for Easter. And once again, we're in the car, so that means audiobook time.
That's right.
And I thought it was kind of a fail, but it was good. The Mysterious Affair at Styles, which is an Agatha Christie book.
Right. It's the first Hercule Poirot novel.
I can't say that name. Poirot. Sure.
Poirot, yeah.
Anyway, this wasn't a traditional audiobook. It was a audio dramatization. Ooh, say that 5 times fast. Audio dramatization. There we go.
Yeah.
And it featured Peter Dinklage as Poirot. And it was good. It was entertaining.
So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the dramatization format. Just because I prefer reading the author's words or hearing the author's words as they intended it versus having, sound effects and other things take place as some of the narrative. But it's hard to pass up Peter Dinklage playing Poirot.
Yeah.
He did an amazing job. They did a very good job with the story. I have read The Mysterious Affair at Styles several times, and it's really, really good story, early Christie story. So I loved it. I did love hearing it. It's a quick listen to in the dramatized like that. It was only a little over 3 hours.
3 hours and 58 minutes.
Yeah, 3 hours and 58 minutes. We were able to listen to it in its entirety on the way there and back.
One day.
Yep. So it was really good. I thought it was a great choice. When we go on those trips, we try to pick something small enough, short enough that we can hear the whole thing, because having to listen to it separately later to finish it up is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, we learned our lesson with the God in the Woods.
The God in the Woods. We had to listen to it separately later, and we kind of felt that was a missed opportunity. We didn't get to listen to the whole thing together. So we like listening to a book that we can finish on the way there. So we took some other things.
So what are you reading?
So I finished Autopsy by Patricia Cornwell, which is a later Case Scarpetta novel, and one of the two novels that they used for the Scarpetta series, TV series. I was a little disappointed in Autopsy, not because it's not well written. They're always well written. But the ending felt a little rushed to me, and I felt a little cheated by the ending. And I'm not going to give away the ending, but let's just say that I prefer my mystery thrillers where the resolution is really achieved through the efforts of the detective.
Right.
And I don't like too much. I hate it in drama when things just sort of happen to the protagonist or the main character. I like them to be part of the action, to be driving the action, not just being a participant. It's one of the reasons why I'm a little critical of the Hunger Games novels, because too often the author, Susan Collins, does that. She will sort of describe the events that happened to her character after the fact, and I'm not really a fan of that. So there's a little bit of that going on in this book. Overall, I mean, it's a really good story. There's some really excellent pieces in there about a subplot involving a space station, which I thought was handled better in the book than in the TV series. But so, I mean, I'd give it 3 stars, 3.5 stars maybe. It's not a 4 or 5 star book, but I think it was a good effort. I am currently reading The Devil's Star by Joe Nesbø, which is the novel that they based the current Netflix. It's a Netflix, right? Yeah, the Netflix series, Joe Nesbø's Detective Hole. I had just finished, prior to the series, I had just finished Nemesis, which is the book just prior to this. So this is a natural place for me to read anyway, and because it's the story from the TV show, I really love getting both sides of that. And I know some people don't like to experience one before the other. To me, it doesn't really matter, because the book always gives you more detail and more insight than the series does because of the format.
Right.
And so it doesn't matter to me whether I watch the series first or read the book first. You always get more. And I'm not really a person that worries about the plot being spoiled for me. And I'll give you an example of why. Because a good plot cannot be spoiled, even if you know what's going to happen. Because the tension builds up and you forget that you know. Right. I'll give you an example. There's not a person alive who watched Apollo 13 movie who didn't hold their breath during the reentry phase, even though they got back alive.
Right.
It's a historical film. They didn't die in space. They made it back, but you still feel the tension because it's set up correctly, and the film makes you feel it. So plots don't get spoiled like that because I know the ending, because I still need to feel that emotion that they present on screen. So I've never been a person that worried too much about that. So I am reading. I just started reading The Devil's Star. I'm still listening to Thunderball by Ian Fleming in my quest to read all of those novels. So that's where we're at on what we're reading. But the other thing that came up this week is I asked a question on social media, and I'm going to ask it here too. We're going to talk about it a little bit, because I write what's technically called thrillers, suspense, mystery thrillers, but the way I write it are actually detective stories.
Right. When you first told me that it was a thriller, I'm like, it's a detective story. But I guess that really isn't a genre.
So there are genres that have the word detective in it, but they're generally things like hard boiled, which mine is not. Cozy, mine is not cozy.
What do those mean for those who?
Well, hard boiled would mean more like Mike Hammer series, or maybe even a Travis McGee. It means a more edgy character. My characters aren't
like
really
Bosch.
Bosch might be a little hard boiled, but he's really writing police procedurals.
Okay. So and cozy would be like what, the
cozy's more the Cat Who series is more of a cozy mystery detective mystery series. Agatha Christie's Miss Marple is probably a little cozy. My stories are not, because they're driven by technology and a little bit of suspense, so they're not. They are more thrillers, but it is a detective story.
Right.
And so the question that I had, this is a big build up to the historic question I had. The question that I had on social media was, who are your favorite detectives that you've read? So who are your favorite literary detectives? And mine were obvious. They're part of the inspiration for the Failsafe program. My inspiration was Rex Stout's Archie Goodwin and Nero Wolfe, with Archie Goodwin being my absolute, hands down favorite detective. He's the wisecracking, smart, intelligent detective.
Bit of a flirt.
He could hold his own in a fight, but he's essentially a really smart guy.
Right.
Wolfe, of course, is the genius of the two, but Archie is the one that I felt the most connection to. So that was probably my favorite. And others brought up other characters, and someone reminded me of one of my earliest detectives, but I'll talk about that in a minute. You're not a huge detective fiction reader, but you have read detective fiction.
Yeah.
Who are the detectives that you've read?
Well, so growing up, you're handed down from, because I'm the baby of the family. So, of course, there were Hardy Boy mysteries and Nancy Drew mysteries. And because I'm a girl, I know I gravitated towards the Nancy Drew mysteries. So Nancy Drew was probably my first detective.
Yep.
And then early in our marriage, I really got into the Cat Who series
by Lillian Jackson Brown.
Yes, and Quillerin.
Yes, is the main character. Yeah, the cats
would solve crimes.
Coco and Yum Yum.
I think so.
Yep.
I don't know. It's been a while.
I love those characters.
I know.
I need to go back and read one.
I know. I was thinking about
books.
that. Somebody brought up Sue Grafton, but she's not really detective.
Yeah, she is. Kinsey Milham is a detective.
So somebody's like, "Oh, I should go back and reread." Maybe it was you on social media. I don't know, but I saw it on social media, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forgot those books are good."
Yeah, she does write. That's good. So I of course read the Hardy Boys growing up, and I don't really remember
Scooby Doo. No, that's not a book.
Yeah. But no, not a book, not literary. But so the Hardy Boys is interesting because I can't remember whether I first found out about the Hardy Boys through the books or through the dramatizations they did on the old Mickey Mouse Club.
And I don't remember that.
But I did see both. And I think I think that I had read the books first, and I was just all excited when I saw reruns. Obviously, the Mickey Mouse Club was way before my time, but I saw reruns of it later. And I remember when they did the dramatizations of the first book. That was always exciting to me. But so I did read Nancy Drew, but not nearly as many Nancy Drews, just because,
It's a girl guy thing.
It's a girl guy thing. I did read some. But somebody reminded me, my absolute first detective ever was when I was probably in elementary school, or maybe sixth grade or something. My first detective was Encyclopedia Brown.
Yeah.
Love Encyclopedia Brown.
I don't think I've ever been introduced to Encyclopedia Brown.
As an adult, it's going to be a hard read, because it's really a young story. It's the Encyclopedia Brown, whose first name is Leroy, which is fun because Jeannie's dad's name was Leroy, so
spelled the same,
but pronounced differently. But Encyclopedia Brown is a 10-year-old boy whose father's the chief of police, but he has this, like, I think it's probably describing an eidetic memory. They don't describe it that way exactly, but he remembers everything he reads. He has an encyclopedia like memory, and so he solves crimes, usually for neighborhood kids who pay him like a few cents or a small amount of change to solve these crimes. And it's so fun. Growing up reading Encyclopedia Brown, it's very smart.
I'm gonna look into it because now I'm in a elementary school, and
you need to get the kids into Encyclopedia Brown.
Maybe doing something.
So, I mean, there are lots of detective stories. I've read a lot of them. I mean, they're obviously the Harry Bosch series, and all of all of Michael Connelly's other characters. Somebody brought up Travis McGee. John D. McDonald wrote a series of books, all named with colors. Travis McGee, he's more of an adventurer, but he does get involved in.
What are some titles? So
I
don't know anything.
But they're all colors.
Okay.
I'd have to look them up, and we can put a link to his books, but they're all based on colors, like the Lavender Goodbye or something. That's not one of the titles, but
that's
they're all based on colors. That is, they're all based on colors, which is really, really fun. Let's see who's some of the others. I mean, obviously people brought up Poirot, which is not my favorite detective. They're really good stories, but Poirot's a little tough to take sometimes. He's a little insufferable if you read him, but it's good stuff.
Yeah,
it's a good. She tells a very good story. Who else?
And they're classics.
Yeah, they are classics. Who else have we read? I mean, I've obviously read. I mentioned Mike Hammer. I've read Mike Hammer. I read Raymond Chandler's books. Philip Marlowe is his detective. We've read Janet Ivanovich's Stephanie Plum. She's not really a detective, although there is a little mystery in those, but she's really a bounty hunter.
Right.
But those are in the same kind of genre. But unfortunately, again, sometimes those suffer from the protagonist not exactly being in charge of her fate, which is not my favorite way to do it. But it works for Stephanie, who has other...
So my favorite detective now is, of course, Alan Harrison and Layla. No, those are really fun, and it's fun to see all of the characters coming into their own.
Yeah.
And when you get cybernetic resonance.
Yeah, I think cybernetic resonance makes those characters more... I think they're a little two-dimensional in the failsafe program, just because they're developing, and it suffers from having to introduce everything. But I think they really hit their stride in cybernetic resonance, and you start to feel each of their skills. And not to downplay Stacy's role in the stories, because she has a very, very important role in the stories too. But the partnership between Alan and Layla and the different things they bring to the stories is, I think, one of the powers of those characters I was able to create. So I'm very happy about that. And I have a lot of ideas about expanding those and making them more than what they are even today.
Yeah.
And my long-term plans include a long history for Layla, who obviously is not human, so her lifespan can be quite a bit longer than the human partner she has today.
Right, but so let us know who your favorite detectives are in comments, or shoot us an email.
Yeah, and we'll put our email in, but you can send us an email at info@jesuttonjr.com. That'll get to us. We'll respond back to
Or
you.
the co-authored life at gmail.com.
That's actually even better. The co-authored life. If you send us email at the co-authored life at gmail.com, that'll get to both of us at the same time. That's really cool. But send us a comment in the comments, in email, on social media, however you want to communicate with us. And while we're on that subject, we can talk about the fact that the co-authored life has a new home on social media.
Yes, they both have an Instagram account and a TikTok account.
Right.
So we're finding that our personal social media, everything was getting jumbled with personal, Screaming Goat, co-authored life, his personal, his author. So now we're trying to tailor all of our social media. So check us out. I believe we'll have the links.
Yeah, we'll put the links in the description.
It's co-authored life, some kind of form of the co-authored life.
Right. And so the other point about that is, so jsuttonjr.com is really about the books and my writing. The co-authored life is much, much more. It's part of what we're talking about in the co-authored life, but we're talking about lots of other subjects.
Right.
It's not just about my writing. So it's I think it's a really good idea that we split that out a little bit, and that we have it a home of its own, where you can see archives and clips and
what's
behind the scenes and all sorts of things.
Right. And what interests both of us.
Yeah. You can see, we can post things that are really about, our life and things that we're doing together, which is what this podcast is all about.
Right. So let's move on to plot and popcorn.
Plot and popcorn. We don't have popcorn this week. Did you need to make any popcorn this week?
Like, that's my responsibility? Wow. Okay.
Okay. For the record, when we make popcorn, it's a joint affair. We both have roles in that.
And let's be honest, we didn't make popcorn last week. We bought it. Thank you, Angie's Popcorn. Because
fake news. That's fake news.
Boom Chicka Pop.
Boom Chicka Pop.
We love Boom Chicka Pop.
We did because it was in a hurry.
So Plot and popcorn brought to you by Boom Chicka Pop. No, we have no sponsor, but if they want to sponsor us, we would totally love it.
It's a little free advertising for them.
We really love Boom Chicka Pop. If we're not making it ourselves, because that's what we prefer.
Maybe for next week we'll make some popcorn before, and we'll have some popcorn.
Maybe
if it's left over. We'll see.
I don't know. There was a lot of munching on last week's episode,
and that's good. Makes Jeannie crazy though.
She does.
In the middle of the episode, she hit me to make me stop eating popcorn.
Stop eating. Can't get to yours.
Far enough away this week, she can't hit me.
Anyway, plot and popcorn. What are we watching? What is everybody watching? Why is not everyone watching Artemis 2? That took up the majority of our week.
So we did watch that
nonstop.
Pretty much nonstop all week during the mission. It a little less after they did their flyby, because they had a lot less on-screen time on the flight back.
Yeah, they had their days at sea.
They had their days at sea, as we called it, where they didn't have a lot going on camera. There was tons of stuff still going on, because they were doing. This was a test mission, as they kept reminding us. So they were testing things out. They did CPR testing. They did, they tested every system. They did all of their. They tested everything they could think of.
1,000 toilet tests.
They did a lot of toilet tests. Not necessarily successful ones at times, but they learned a lot, and that was the whole point of this episode. For those who asked, why didn't they land on the moon? Because they're not ready to do that yet. This is a brand new spacecraft.
Right.
That this is the first trip. This actual mission, 10-day mission, was the first time humans have been on the spacecraft in outer space. In space. So there was a lot of things to test out, a lot of things that they didn't know about. And so, which is why the next mission, Artemis 3, which is set for next year, is going to be all about testing the lunar lander that they have not even selected yet. There's 2 different models that they're looking at. So it'll be another mission before they get to the landing on the moon. So, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into this very complex thing. But what it did allow us to do is for those of us who were alive during the time, and I was 3 when the initial Apollo mission landed on the moon, I don't have any really strong memories of the Apollo program
No, I don't
because I was
either.
too young. Even in the early 70s, when they finished their trips to the moon, I don't really remember those. I studied them later, of course. I've seen lots of
We're more
TV
of the
movies, but
shuttle era.
the shuttle era really speaks to me. I was
Right,
there at the beginning.
right.
It was very exciting. This
How
is
the
the
heck
first
can they put a shuttle on the back of a
747
747
and
and fly
fly it
across
around.
the country? That
Right,
was, like, fascinating.
right. So, um, this sort of brought out all of those emotions again and gave me a renewed appreciation for the space program and what it does for our society. And there's a lot of debate about whether it's worth the money, but putting aside just the fact that the scientific endeavor brings a lot of of products and technologies in the innovation, forget that for a minute. Just the idea that millions of us across the world watched this broadcast
Right.
and were brought together, all rooting for this group of four
Right.
humans, four humans and one non-human, Rise,
Rise.
to return to Earth. That gave us something in common, and it made us think about
We're all
ourselves as
one.
a group. We're all
Yeah.
one. Instead of all being separate peoples, and all of the death, destruction, the hate, the division. This brought us together and sort of, it didn't erase any of that, but it made us realize that there's another side of that. We can be a people who have joint projects. We can be a people that have something in common, something to pull for together.
Right.
And I think that's very valuable. And so I know it was uplifting for me. I know I feel close to these people, even though I've never met them. I would love to meet these folks. They seem to be an amazing group of
They're goofballs,
humans.
just like we are.
They are goofballs.
Yay, Gen X.
Gen X, yes, they all are Gen X. All of them is about 10 to 11 years younger than us.
Yeah.
But they're close enough in our age to that we share common things with them.
Right.
And I really loved, they were asked a question the other day about their favorite space movie, and they all pretty much agreed that it was Apollo 13.
And I got to think about that. I don't really know that. I mean, there are, of course, other space movies, but they aren't historically accurate. Like you have Star Trek, Star Wars,
Yeah.
Armageddon,
So I think the thing,
Impact.
and they brought it up in the answer, the thing that makes Apollo 13 special because of the circumstance, because it's just three guys in a capsule alone, right? For several days surviving,
Right.
right? So there's not a distraction of landing on the moon or separating, and it's all about the character drama in the capsule. And so it spoke to the astronauts who said, that's what it feels like. They felt it was the most realistic depiction they had seen of life in space.
Right.
And so it spoke to me as well. I love that movie. I watched it again this week.
2001.
2001: Space Odyssey is a great movie. Although the beginning and the ending are confusing, but the middle part of that is really, really good. So
Visually stunning.
it is visually.
We should watch that soon.
Yeah, we should watch that again. And the soundtrack, of course, is amazing.
Yeah.
So, what else are we watching?
Well, I mean, when we pretty much watched that. It was on anytime we were home. It was on pretty much every TV in the house. So no matter where we went, we wouldn't miss.
Right. During the lunar
Nutella flying across the screen.
Right.
Or
during the lunar flyby, that's true. The night of the lunar flyby, it was on three TVs. Three TVs in the house. We only have four. It was on three TVs in the house. And it was probably on my laptop at some point because I was probably doing a screen grab or something to talk about a scene or something. But so it was on at least three screens in the house so that wherever we went, it was there.
Right.
We watched last night. We sat really for like 4 solid hours and watched the live coverage of the reentry and the return. That was fascinating.
I held my breath. Did you hold your breath?
I did not. I really didn't. I wasn't worried about it. I just felt that they had this covered.
I mean, I knew, when they said, this is the best trajectory they'd ever seen. It was textbook and da 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 da. I'm like, okay. And then their two parachutes went off, and I'm like, okay, that's good, that's good. But then their
The main
landing,
parachutes. Yeah.
yeah, but they didn't fill up right away. I'm like, oh goodness, oh my goodness. But it all worked out, and they said it was like the best splashdown reentry they'd seen.
Yeah, I don't know why. I wasn't really concerned about it. I guess.
I held my breath at launch though too. So because that's what Challenger did to us. That's
Yeah, but people pointed out that there were like 80 missions after Challenger,
I know
right?
there were.
And there was one other fatality. There's one other
Yes.
explosion after that. I don't know. I don't expect the space program to go wrong because it rarely does. In the history of the U.S. space program, there have only been 3 incidents of
Really?
catastrophic death. Right. The original Apollo 1 on the
Right.
launch pad. The we'll say 4, but the fourth one didn't have any death. Apollo 13, which was a disastrous mission, but nobody got injured. The other deaths were
Challenger,
Challenger
Columbia.
and the Columbia. 4
Right. Okay,
out
when
of
you put it
almost
in that,
200
yeah,
manned space launches.
I don't know, maybe this one just felt like we needed it.
It really did need to go off flawlessly. We needed people to feel that, hey, we got this, we could do this. They needed the competency. NASA does display a huge amount of competency,
Yes.
and that's a good thing. But it's because they plan for everything.
Right.
We sat last night and debated, well, why is our rafts and helicopters really the best we can do for getting astronauts off spaceships? And the answer is yes, it is, because they've trained for this. They know how to do it. It's the best way to do it with the least amount of danger and without subjecting the crew to things that might tax them. These are
Right.
folks who've just come back from 10 days in outer space.
Right.
They're just getting their limbs back used to being, and their bodies back used to being under gravity. They don't want them climbing. They don't want them risk them in getting
Right.
in the water. They don't have to walk long distances. So getting them immediately into a raft, pulling them up into the raft, which they don't want to do from the capsule because it risks pushing the capsule around in the waves. And then the minute they land on the carrier, they're basically just walking right into the medical bay. So it is the fastest way to do it.
Right. So other than that, we've been watching Detective Holey.
Detective Holey.
It was a long way to get there.
Yeah, Detective Holey. We watched Detective Holey. We watched. We're to continue to watch The Pit. We've got
Right.
a couple more episodes of that coming up.
Yeah, I saw a spoiler that says that we're gonna
I don't know
find out more about Dr. Al.
Oh yeah. Well, I knew there was a story there, but anyway,
I butchered your name, but anyway.
we're watching St. Dennis, which we discussed this morning, was more of a palate cleanser for us.
Right.
Watch an episode of Holey, then Jean needs a little palate cleanser, otherwise she has nightmares about
It was
zombies.
just that one time, but it was in it. Now that I look at Hari Holey, it wasn't him. It wasn't him.
No, but it's the style of the dream seems very similar.
Yes, but this person was more. They were bald, and it was probably more reminiscent of maybe one of the bodies that.
Oh yeah.
So
having watched, we watched Scarpetta, which has lots of dead bodies in it, and then we watched Harry Holey, that also has a lot of bodies in it. So that seems to be our
the body count's getting high.
Yeah, that seems to be our thing now. So I think that's about all we're watching now.
Yeah, Artemis 2 really ate up a lot of our
I don't know what we're gonna do
screen time.
I don't know what we're gonna do with our time now.
I don't
show's not
know.
on 24/7.
I don't know. I'm sad.
I am sad. I'm ready for season 2 already.
Yeah, right? We have to wait till 2027, and then there's not going to be any moon pictures. It's just going to be
Low Earth
Probably
orbit.
spectacular Earth pictures, though.
Probably be a lot of Earth pictures.
I've already subscribed to the International Space Station's
Yeah.
social media.
Because we used to watch that a lot. We haven't watched it as much recently because it got to be sort of, they know what they're doing. It's kind of old hat, but it's really not. There's a
No.
lot going on there.
No, I mean, they just had the all-female spacewalk.
Yeah.
That was probably 2 years ago, though.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. But anyway, yeah. So
because Christina Cook took part in that, right?
Yeah.
She's amazing.
We love her.
Yeah, we do love her. She's amazing.
We love Jeremy and Reed and Victor.
We were very happy to see this morning. We didn't notice it last night live, but we were happy to note that Commander Reed Reisman brought back RISE, the zero-G indicator doll that they have. He brought it back with him from the spacecraft, so he had it in his hand when he got off the helicopter.
I was worried.
Yes, Jeannie was worried that they wouldn't get it.
And then I saw somebody posted that, no, it's packed in some cubby. I'm like, oh my gosh, they just shoved him in a cubby?
They did not.
They did not.
They did not.
They did not.
Reed Wiseman had him in his hand. You can look at the pictures on NASA.gov's website and see him in his hand. And I went back and looked at some of the video. He's there. You just didn't notice him. We were focused on the astronauts.
Right.
So I think that's all for Plot and Popcorn. And so we're on to our next and last topic, which is what's for dinner?
Brought to you by Jeannie made a mistake last week. That's right. Fish is a seafood.
Yes. So if you haven't watched last week's episode, go and watch it. You'll know what we're talking about. We had a little debate about whether or not fish is included in seafood. And it is, even though technically certain fish are not from the sea, but it is
a culinary term.
Right.
Just like fruits and vegetables are refrigerators talking to us.
Yeah, refrigerator
kind
or
of threw us off.
But yeah, so just like tomato is actually a fruit.
Tomato.
Whichever. Tomato is actually a fruit.
Tomato.
But in culinary terms, it's treated as a vegetable. It's actually true of a lot of fruits.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
A lot of things are fruits.
Because we were talking about this whole fish seafood thing.
Right.
And so, now when people say, I don't eat fruits, I'm like, so you don't eat cucumbers, you don't eat tomatoes, you don't eat peppers, you don't eat all of these things that are fruits under scientific terms because they have a seed, they have a blossom, and then
the seeds are inside.
Yeah, we don't need to.
Anything that has a seed inside is considered a fruit.
Right.
The vegetables are actually the blossom of the plant.
Yeah, you totally derailed me. I have no idea what I was going to say. Anyway, seafood, fish, got it. There you go.
What did we eat this week?
We had date night.
Date night on Thursday.
We do date night every other week, and we take turns planning it.
Yep. And
I took us to Gemma Fish and Oyster in the San Marco area. If you're in Jacksonville, it's very good.
Fish plus oyster.
Fish plus oyster. Sorry, not and. Fish plus oyster. Gemma.
Yep.
Gemma. Very good. Of course, they specialize in fish plus oysters. They have a very big raw bar. We didn't really take advantage of it this time. We have in the past.
We had the shrimp cocktail, but we didn't do any oysters or anything like that.
Or caviar.
We were gonna do caviar, but we didn't. They didn't have a gluten-free.
We didn't even ask.
We didn't ask. We should have asked. We do like caviar, but we didn't do the caviar this time. But we had the shrimp cocktail, and we had the what was the other appetizer?
Truffle fries.
Truffle fries.
Can't go wrong with truffle fries.
Truffle fries. We had truffle fries. Those were yummy. Truffle fries. They were very good truffle.
Yeah, and you know what? Here's one thing I will say about them. The appetizer size of the truffle fries was perfect.
Yes.
It wasn't. Sometimes when you order truffle fries, they give you this huge basket.
Plate. Yeah, it's too much.
Like,
we fill up on truffle fries. We've done that before. So I had the redfish, which is it's sort of an Asian dish. It's got like a Korean sauce on it. It's good. It's a little too much breading for me, but the fish was really, really good. Served on a bed of rice. And you had?
I had the scallops with a bone marrow potato.
And she allowed me to taste one. part of the bone marrow potatoes are very, very good.
So good. And the scallops were perfectly seared and they melted in my mouth. And I'm really glad I made that choice.
We were talking about last night that we really would love to cook scallops at home, but we've never been able to find really good sized scallops. They always want to give you the little salad scallops or something.
Salad scallops. That is funny.
I'm not sure if that's really a term, but
salad
they're
scallop.
very small. But if we can find really good full-size scallops, I'd love to cook scallops.
I don't know if we need to find a good fish mart in Jacksonville. If you know of a good fish mart in Jacksonville, please drop us a comment.
Social media.
Send us an email, whatever.
Social media.
Yeah.
Good place. Go to the Co-Authored Life Instagram page or TikTok page and
let us know where you get your scallops, because we both love playing in the kitchen, and we've watched enough Hell's Kitchen and Gordon Ramsay.
We probably know how to cook them.
We probably know how to cook them. Probably.
We could just watch some reruns of that and figure out how to cook the scallops.
The other things that we've been eating this week have been it's been a pretty, I don't know, a pretty normal week for us. A lot of sheet pan dinners.
Yeah.
Jerry last night for dinner made baked chicken with sweet potato. He diced them up, and we were trying to figure out
what spice to put on them.
Yeah. So who did we ask? We asked Google. And Google had two options. They had a sweet option that included cinnamon and something else. I kind of blocked it out after.
Yeah, brown sugar.
Yeah.
We didn't do that, though.
No. We went with the savory option. So we added... Oh, my goodness. Google is going crazy.
Was it a menu you were looking at?
Oh,
if you remember the first two items, I might be able to help fill in the blanks.
That's going to go off for the next 10 minutes.
Yes, it is. It was a onion powder, garlic powder, and sweet paprika. And it was amazing. What are you looking at?
Yeah, I don't know.
You okay? All right.
Yeah, I am. I am. So it was really, really, really good. I thought the flavor turned out really good. The temperature was perfect. The chicken got fully cooked.
We've got that down.
Yeah, we've got that down. The sweet potatoes were they were soft. They were very nice, and the flavoring was perfect.
Yeah. And we had that with some Italian cut green beans, which I love green beans.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I don't think, is there any other thing we've been...
We cooked some cod this week.
Oh, we did. We panko crusted it.
We panko crusted the cod. That was good.
Try again.
Our house is retaliating. That's funny.
The co-producer is asleep, so she's not the problem this week, but Google is definitely the problem this week. So we did cook panko crusted cod this week with vegetables. We did a lot of chicken this week as well, but did we?
No.
That was last week we did the chicken.
No, even then we...
we had shrimp this week,
yeah.
too.
No, that was last week, wasn't it?
I don't know.
See.
You need to write these things down.
That'd be a novel idea.
Rather than us starting...
Off the cuff.
Us starting our discussion of what we're going to talk about each week at breakfast on Saturday morning.
Yes.
When Jeannie turns to me and says, well, so what are we going to talk about this week? And then every week I think, man, there's no way we're going to get 45 minutes to an hour of content. And here we are again at 48 minutes. So it's time to say every story has an end, but our process is just getting started.
Thank you for joining us behind the scenes of the Co-Authored Life.
I'm J.E. Sutton Jr.
And I'm Jeannie. To see what we're currently working on, visit jesuttonjr.com. And we'll see you in the next chapter. Also, check out our new Instagram and TikTok page.
Yes, which we'll put links to all of the stuff in there. And that's another thing that I have to remember to write down.
So, yeah.
And that's it.
So what was the look for? Yes, this is still going.
I'm concerned about the audio.
Aw. All right. Well, we'll see.
Yep.